Hi everyone, so today I have a collection to share with you that Spellbinders just released on their site for June of 2026. They've been kind of releasing things here and there, so you guys can, check in on their birthday month here in June. This is Simon's Timeless Textures, I think is what it's called. There are a few items in this. I think there's one more item. It's basically 3D embossing folders with like stencils. This one has dies. There's one more 3D embossing folder. I think it's called Rattan Cage or something like that. And it's a nice background, right? So these are the items that I have to share with you today. But I will say that Spellbinders did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And the links I have in the description box for the US and the UK will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. Super appreciate the support, guys. Thanks for using those. Yeah, so we have these two different designs, basically flowing florals, and I believe this one has something to do with the hummingbird being the name, but oh yeah, it says it right on here. Hummingbird Garden. So let me show you both of them. We'll play with one today. There's some stenciling. You don't have to do the stenciling, but I am filming this a little bit early, so I'm not sure exactly how they are selling them. Generally, they just sell them as a bundle. I don't know if they have a one-it-all bundle, though, is what I'm trying to say. But we have this beautiful oversized 3D embossing folder. Again, they emboss 8.5 by 5.5, but they are 8 3/4 and 5 3/4 in measurement. And you're definitely going to want to know that it fits in your machine, but also that your machine takes a 3D embossing folder, right? So you have these flowing florals, very cool. Very pretty design by Simon Hurley there. Nice and rounded and really beautiful on the inside. And then you have the stencil to coordinate. So again, a lot of times you can do the stencil, you don't have to use the embossing folder, but that's the intention. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 of these guys. And the first one has the florals, or some florals. The second one looks like it has some of the vines. There's some pieces still in here, but you're gonna pop those out, right? Get rid of those. I would say accents. I don't know if you can see the florals, and they have these little guys right here, so maybe they're leaves or whatever you want to do with them. So again, some of these are still in there. We'll just pop them out. And then the last one is the leaves. These leaves. Sorry, like these. So as I'm saying, I don't know. I feel like those are like buds, maybe, right? But you can play around with it and see what you like. But there's that one. So that's your flowing floral. And then we have the hummingbird garden. And this one, the embossing folder will come with the dies, okay? So that's that. And then you have the stencil over here. So on this one, you have these beautiful hummingbirds. And again, you want to stencil them, die cut them, and then pop them in here. That would look amazing. Or you can just stencil them, I suppose. We'll see how much texture, or not texture, but how much details on that. But as you can see, this is gorgeous. Again, same sizing as I gave you before. And just a beautiful scene, right, with the beautiful flowers here. And your hummingbirds. So there are 2 hummingbirds on there with those beautiful florals. And then the dies for those guys. And then let's look at the stencils for this set. And then we'll play around with one of them today. I'll follow up with a different tutorial later. There are a lot of stencils here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It feels like a really big bunch. So we have parts of the hummingbird. Or the hummingbirds. Maybe a little bit of the florals. On this next one, you have like the hummingbird tummies, where the other one was more like their wings and things, and a little bit more with the florals. This one has a little bit of wing florals. And again, even though these are on the same, this is so far from here. If you want this to be like a blue color or purple, and then you want your flowers pink, you can definitely do that very easily. You don't have to mask them to do that, The tops of the flowers, the centers of some other flowers that are on here. Cute. The vines. And then the leaves. So I already know you guys are probably going to want to see this one first, aren't we? So let's do that. Let me grab a card base, and we will get going on that. Ooh, yeah. I have ideas. Okay, I'll be right back. This might be a little unorthodox, very bright. I have this piece of kind of like lime green paper. I'm going to trim it down to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So 5 3/8, 4 1/8. And I don't think I'm going to stencil this. I think I'm just going to leave it as the background. Now, this is an A2 size card, so that means it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. If you're making your own card base, 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 scored at 4 1/4. Or tenfold would be 4 1/4 by 11 scored at 5 1/2. So it's still 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 on the top, right? So we have this lime green. And if I was making like a 5 by 7, I can capture more of the birds. And then maybe you just cut off, you know, whatever it is. So I'm going to focus on one of them. And I'm thinking it's going to be this guy. And I'm going to bring this in a little bit. If I leave it off to the side, there's not going to be any embossing here. Do you see what I'm saying? And then it's going to be embossed fully over here. So I'm going to move this over just so that there's more embossing all over here. And maybe bring this down. You know, he's going to be our focal point, but he is going to be off to the side over here. So something like that. Looks good. I'm going to run this through. Again, this is a 3D embossing folder if you're using like the universal Spellbinders universal plate system. It's just this with the A plate and the adapter. I'll be right back. And I'll keep that handy because we're going to do it again in a moment for the bird. If you want to stencil this, I mean, we could have still stenciled maybe the greenery or something like that, but I'm just going to leave it like this. And I'm going to stick this down. This paper already has adhesive built in, so let me just get rid of some of this. Oh, okay. Let's be careful. Kind of tore this a little bit. Try to adhere that back. Okay, that is my base. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab some paper so that we can do the stenciling, and then we're going to cut just our little hummingbird out. Oh, that's crazy. I was just thinking we could do both hummingbirds still anyway, you know? Just go ahead and take these guys and do your stenciling. I think this is all that belongs to the birds. Everything else is leaves, I believe. I want to make sure that's leaf there. And not, yeah, it is leaf. Okay. And then you can cut it out and put them wherever you want, right? You can put this little guy like over here, you know, so you have 2 birds or whatever. I'm going to focus on this guy here. I have not grabbed any colors yet, so I just want to see. It looks like there's little footies there, and then his beak and these parts, the wings, and then his belly on this next one. Oh, and that's it. Okay. All right, well then I'm just going to use this area here and just grab a couple colors. I will use black for his little feet and his beak, and then some pretty colors here. I'll be right back. Okay. So with black, I'm just going to take this and maybe some of this. Actually, let's do that last. Let's do that last because what we can do is little wings. Do like a little bit of a turquoisey color in here, out to the tips, and maybe a little bit darker here. Right, just so you have some gradation of color, a little more interest, so a little bit deeper there, and then lighter at the tips, and then a little more here. And the reason I'm doing the black at the end is because if I end up smearing it, right? So let's just do that. I already dipped in here. Nope, let's put that back where it was. And dip in here. And the little beak there. Okay, that's it for that one. And then the second one, we're just going to put in the little body here. And I'm just lining this up wherever the wings end, his little mouth ended. Mouth? Anyway, and I'm going to take some purple. Let's see. I'm going to try to do this not too dark, but I do want a nice dark color. So I'm going to start up here. There's a little head. And you can definitely bring in other colors. You don't have to just stay with the purple, you know. They're so colorful and beautiful. But I'm just going to keep it a little bit deeper in his head and then a little bit lighter as it goes down this way. It does look like you're going to have a little eyeball later, so maybe we'll put a little dot of black in there. I don't know. But for right now, that's all I'm doing. And then we're going to trim him out. Trim it out. Where did I put the dies? That would be great. And it is this guy. So that's generally what I do. I stencil first, I die cut, and then I put it in with the embossing, because I don't know how you would do it any other way, because you could flatten out the embossing if you cut it out later after you emboss. So I'm just eyeballing that. It looks pretty good to me. So I'll put a little tape and go ahead and run that through. Oh, let's let that stick down. I'm just gonna cut this down. Anyway, I'll be right back. Okay. Just popped it right out of there. And let's bring the embossing folder back. I do like that it's like right on him, even though I was able to see very well where I was cutting. So the die must have the cutting lines like right at the edge, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, all right, let's bring this in here. And just kind of eyeball. I mean, obviously you want it to be pretty much where it needs to be. But let's see. There we go. That looks really good. Okay, I'm gonna run that through. Same thing, A plate and the, what's it called? Adapter, and I'll be right back. So we have. It's awesome. I love that. I think I'm gonna put a little black in the eye there, and I will clean up a little bit, and then we'll do that and get our card together. All right, let's bring this back over here, and like I said, in his little eye spot, I'm just going to take a black marker and color that in. If you want, you don't have to do that. Maybe put something sparkly, that'd be cute too. And I was debating if I'm gonna pop him up or just leave it glued down. That's good. So let me glue that guy down, and you know, whatever sentiment, you know, I'm sure you have lots of sentiments, and I'll see if I can grab one, or if not, I'm just gonna leave it kind of like an art card, or it doesn't have to have a sentiment. All right, I'm gonna put that on there, and if it's on there like perfectly, just like cups right into that space. I'll be right back. You know, I have these sentiments from just a set I used the other day. It says, "Only one life, a heart full of memories." That's pretty. I like that. I like the way that looks too. I mean, we can cut it up too if you wanted. Make them even more like artsy, you know, it could be kind of fun. Like, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight, is what I'm trying to say. But I think today I will put them in here straight as I can. So I'm gonna do that there, and I'm gonna hold this one down over here, and I will be right back. Maybe a little more this way. Okay guys, and that is my card for today. A little artsy, very pretty, very fresh, right? I'll have, you know, images coming up. I'll have the links as appropriate in the description box. Really nice collection. Definitely to make, you know, backgrounds, your 3D embossing folders that you can, you know, play up from there, right? All right guys, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all at the next one. Bye now.